Hello everyone, Jessica here and welcome back to my YouTube channel and blog. So I'm very excited to be back in my studio and doing some curating and recording. We did have a blast while we were out in Eastern Washington. It was so much fun camping and just being outside, but it is nice to be back home and getting everything back on schedule. I hope you enjoyed the couple videos that I did pre-record and had uploaded and scheduled for while I was gone. So what this card is about is, as you can probably see from the pictures and the thumbnail, is a mountain of tacos. And since it's actually going to go up on a Tuesday instead of my normally scheduled Monday video, it is perfect because the sentiment does say, you make me happier than Taco Tuesday. So it works. It all works out in the end, right? So what I have done so far is stamped a couple of the taco, and this is the taco from the iconic stamp set from Ink Road Stamps. I've stamped those with my stamp platform using the MFT Extreme Black. You can use any ink for the masking part because you're just going to cut it out and stamp over it anyways, so it didn't really matter. I could have done it like a second generation. Could have just hand stamped it too, but this is the way I did it. No rhyme or reason to that really. And I cut those out really quickly. I don't like showing the cutting out part so much because that is kind of a boring part of the video, I think. If you like that, let me know, So I stamped those and I cut it out, and then I went ahead and stamped one image of the taco on a piece of Nina 80-pound cardstock. This is the Solar White. And then I'm going to mask that one off that I stamped. And then I just place the mask over that one and stamp another one. And I'm basically just going to build it up. Build this mountain up from the bottom. I did discover that I needed another mask of the taco. So 3 masks. I should have just started off with that. But I thought I would be pretty good with 2. But it wasn't hard to just stop real quick and cut it out real fast. So wasn't a big deal. But having 3 masks definitely made it a bit easier. And you could use just a hand stamp, just an acrylic block for this. You don't have to use a stamp platform. But some of them I did double stamp. I believe I cut out most of that though. But I like to just double stamp because it gives a really nice, clean, crisp black impression. I had issues on Monday trying to get this video uploaded, and I hadn't even gotten to the uploading the video part. My laptop decided that it wasn't going to turn on and just kept stalling and crashing, and I hadn't used the laptop I think except for once while we were camping, and I think it just forgot how to work because I use it almost every day at home, so not being used for almost a week was probably pretty shocking to it. Plus it was it traveled, so it was pretty bouncy, but I don't know. I know enough about computers to get myself in trouble, but I was able to figure it out, and so far it's been working fine. So hopefully that doesn't happen again. The only thing I had to do was this voiceover and just upload it. So I'm finally getting a chance to do that today. So we're getting towards the top of this taco mountain. And I just have a couple more to do, and then I can peel off the stamps and you can see the final results for this. And normally I would actually save the masks that I used, but these ones were pretty soaked with the ink. That MFT Extreme Black ink is a really nice ink, and that masking paper is pretty thin. So after stamping it so many times and overlapping it, it was starting to bleed a little bit. You can kind of see it on the middle top right one. It kind of bled through just a little bit, but not bad enough to have to start over or anything like that, thankfully. So I'm just going to throw these away, and if I need them again, I can just restamp it. I have still quite a bit of this masking paper. I'm going to show you how I color the taco shells of these tacos, and I'm just going to color this one and show you all the way through. I have the Copic marker list of all the colors that I used on my blog, and I'll hopefully remember to put it down below too. I usually don't link to individual markers, just because I think it's better that you use what you have instead of concentrating on what other people are using, unless you really like a certain blend of markers. So I did the one, and then I'm going to do all of these basically in steps. I'll go through and I'll color all one color, then do the outline, and then go back through and do shading, and then the shadow. And see, I did remember to put the caps of the markers down. Masking is kind of something that I hadn't really done a whole lot of until more recently. I bought this pack of masking paper. I always say a long time ago, because I bought a lot of my supplies a long time ago, and then just with work and life, I didn't really get a chance to use it a whole lot. So I'm thankful that I'm in a situation now to where I can. And I've really enjoyed getting back into masking my stamps, because it just makes the stamps that much more versatile. And I really like doing single or almost single layer cards or one layer cards. I think they're easy to mail. I like coloring, basically. I guess that's my thing. I really like coloring. All right, so the taco shells took most of the time because of all the shading. I think I used like 5 or 6 different colors for just the taco shells. And then with the tomatoes, I'm only going to be using 2 colors. The darker red will go towards the base or anything that is a layer, and then the lighter red will be just to blend it out. And I think the rest, like the orange and the green that I use for the cheese and the lettuce, is just a single color. I didn't see much point into adding a whole bunch of different colored markers to those smaller spaces. And I'm using a dark gray. I believe this is one of the warm grays, just to fill in all those blank spaces that were towards the bottom. And it just finishes it off. Now I'm going to take a Signo gel pen and add highlights to all of the tomatoes where the seeds are, and then highlights to all of the taco shells. And that will just kind of give them a little more dimension, since this is such a flat card. It almost makes it look a little more rounded, all the taco shells. And I wanted to create a shadow in the background. So I'm just taking a really light warm gray color, and adding that just to the edges where the taco shells meet the white of the paper. There isn't a whole lot to this card, so it's pretty clean and simple. I'm going to do some white heat embossing with black cardstock, and this is the Simon Says Stamp black cardstock that I have. And I'm using Ranger white embossing powder. If you've never tried ink road stamps before, I highly suggest them. They're just a lot of fun. I do have a referral code if you choose to use it. If you've never made a purchase from Ink Road before, you can get 50% off of your first purchase by following that link, and that is on my blog. It will be in the blog post also, and I will try to remember to put it down below. I'm just going to quickly mount the Taco Mountain to a Nina 110-pound solar white card base that I have pre-cut and scored. And I'm going to use my ATG gun to adhere that to that. Sometimes I have troubles keeping large areas of white space like that. I always want to put something there, but I like how this looked with it. And for the inside of the card, I'm going to basically leave it blank. And I'm just going to stamp one lonely little taco on the inside using Simon Says Stamp Smoke ink pad. And that's it for this card. I hope you enjoyed today's video. You can connect with me on Instagram or email me directly, or comment below with any questions you might have about card making. I will always do my best to help. All the products I used today are linked on my blog and help support new products and supplies for this channel. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe to see the latest videos from me. I appreciate you, and I will see you in the next one. Bye! Meh, meh.